Chapter 52. I was in a relationship with my ex for a lot of years. Let's call him Tanga. Fast forward to our 5th year, I noticed he was becoming more confident and a lot of girls were trying to get his attention. Mind you, I ain't girly girl, so I wasn't into makeup or any of that stuff. I then find out he was cheating on me with a girl that was in the same neighborhood. I was so heartbroken but willing to overlook his infidelity because I thought he was the one. Silly judgments have silly outcomes. So on our 7th year before we broke up, I find out that there was another 3 girls after the hood girl. We were still together, but I was all about me. Gymming, dieting, working, traveling by myself, and all of a sudden a makeup artist. We finally ended, and a week after our breakup, one of his day one closest boys slid into my DMs. Oh, the day ones. By the time Tenga and I broke up, I was mid-20s, clubbing every weekend and posting my happy life on Instagram. I met up with this day one and man, he smelled so good. He was the friend that always had a fresh cut, knew how to dress and had the most beautiful smile. We ended up doing the bad things in the back of his car, which was actually the best I've ever had. We continued to hook up because he was that good. One night I dropped him off to his boys and my ex saw me. Tenga walks out crying and asking me why the hell I was with him. He chucked a psycho and tried to drag me out of the car. I'm sorry, what? That was the end of me and day one. Until July this year. I got married, but the night before my wedding, me and day one secretly met up because I thought it would be a good idea to sort things out face to face. A good idea the night before your wedding. Since the last time we saw each other, it was just drama. We all know what happened. Now I'm pregnant and I don't know if my poor husband is the father or if it's day one. The only person that knows is my best friend. Sis, are so funny? Oh God. Next one. I've been married for 13 years and have 4 boys. My husband's been cheating on me. He got a girl pregnant. I called him out so many times and confronted him. He just does his normal, says sorry, won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. 4 years back, I used to go watch his rugby games, and little did he know that a couple of his rugby mates added me on Facebook. This was my opportunity to get him back. I started talking to all 3 guys. Okay, so you for the streets too. So one of his mates asked me to meet up, so I said, why not? But because you're married! My husband continues to sleep around and bring girls over when I'm not around. Bring girls over. Oh, So let's call this mate of his hot stuff. I met up with him 3 weeks after talking to him and I was so nervous. You're nervous for ya? Honestly, he's bloody hot. We started talking and he was telling me that he was shocked I was married to my husband. I asked him why and he said, you're too good for him. Oh, honey, he asked you that because he wants to tell you things you are wanting to hear. We continued meeting up and did the bad things at the park, and this went on for months. I fell pregnant to him, but I lost the baby 1 month after finding out. The whole time I was doing this, my husband noticed nothing. Fast forward to the beginning of this year, I find out again my husband was still cheating, so I did what I do best. I was at work and started talking to one of the new workers. Hold on, sis. Makarisi affair about what happened to the previous one. He ended up doing the bad things at work, after work, in my car, and at our house when my husband was at work in the morning. I'm still doing the bad things with my workmate till this day. I'm also still with my husband, and both these guys I'm sleeping with know about my husband too, but they don't care. This is what he gets for keeping his phone to himself and doesn't allow me to touch or go on it. Basically, I'm just waiting for him to catch me out. But I've learned all the bad things from him. I would go on and on, but I'll cut it there because he might be watching this. Okay, this is giving toxic. You guys are literally doing tit for tat. You guys are bringing randoms into your home, into your kids' home, just to get back at each other. You should either leave him and get divorced, or you both should go to therapy. Next one. I'm a single mum of 1 boy and have been talking to this guy for a bit. Thing is, he's my cousin-in-law's mate who's Tongan. He's been coming over to my house a couple of times when my son's at his other families. He'll come with his shisha things and we just chill and hang out. I see him at family gatherings when it comes to my cousin-in-law's kids' birthday stuff. Let's call him Goldtooth. The thing is, with this guy, he's married with kids. What is it with married men that attracts you, ladies? I've been asking my cousin-in-law about his wife, just being nosy, and found out her Instagram and Facebook page. She is so pretty. Looks like this girl has it all. I want to tell her about her husband and I, because let me tell you, this guy is so desperate, begging me to come and see me all the time. I want to say no, but I can't, so I let him come and hang out with me. So then what's the point? My cousin-in-law has no idea I'm seeing Goldtooth, and if he does find out, that would be the end of their brother relationship. Anyway, should I tell the wife that I've been seeing her husband? Darling, if the shoe was on the other foot, that would be your answer. Next one! My sister-in-law's husband has been doing the bad things with his wife's younger sister. One night, the older sister noticed her husband was at home, so she ended up tracking his iPhone and found that he was at her mum's house. So she left the kids at home with me and went to check on why he was there. She ended up going through the back gate and found her husband and little sister doing the bad things with the window and curtains wide open. He then jumped out of the window and took off. Next minute, the sister went to follow him but ended up losing him on the freeway. The husband ended up running away with the younger sister for a few months, but both ended up coming back to the family. The husband went back to the wife and moved somewhere far away from the wife's family. Just a few weeks ago, I noticed the little sister's car parked down a stair not far from home. Keep in mind, we both work afternoon shift, so I mostly get home later than her. But I had an early shift that night, and to my eyes, it's the little sister and the husband doing the bad things. Girl, you need to tell the wife ASAP.